Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is the 2025 H. Moser Cie Pioneer Flying Hours White Fumé, and it is all of those things. The timepiece based on the Endeavour Flying Hours that debuted back in 2018, the German-Swiss at Schaffhausen, where this is made, decided that their version of the Flying Hours could be a little bit confusing to read, and I happen to agree with that assessment. So they created a unique hybrid of flying hours and jumping hours and deployed it in their steel Pioneer sports watch case. So the Endeavour Flying Hours becomes the Pioneer Flying Hours White Fumé, and this is a 2025 launch from H. Moser Cie. The original Flying Hours wristwatch concept came out in 1991 on the Audemars Piguet Star Wheel, taking a late Middle Age and Renaissance era clock complication and porting it over to a wristwatch format. Later on, Urwerk, with some changes, would make it famous on their avant-garde timepieces. With the addition of the jumping hour format, the Flying Hours complication, Moser has made their take on this system a lot easier to read. So you could see as the hours jump, you won't be distracted by multiple shuttling and shuffling discs. And you could see that it's a very precise system as well. And you read the scale of time against the hours. So right there you can see that's 5:30, that's 5:35, and then as the scale ends and the next one interacts with the incoming hour, it works exactly like that. It is absolutely razor sharp, and the changeover is instantaneous. The Pioneer is bigger than the Endeavour, in steel with a screw-down crown, 120 meters water resistant. The watch is 42.8 in diameter, 14.5 millimeters thick, and 51.2 from lug to lug with a 20 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. The timepiece wears easily enough on my 16 centimeter wrist. I think I could wear this just fine, but if my wrist were smaller, I'd want a smaller Pioneer. I personally own and wear the 40, and I'll show you that in a second. But this watch wears just fine, and it's not as thick as I thought it would be, with a lot of the thickness being the sloped bezel and crystal. So this will actually slide underneath the cuff. No issues there. Down the barrel, you can see it's at the limits of my wrist, but not over the edge. So if your wrist is my size, 16 centimeters and up, game on. And it should fit underneath the cuff. This is what the 40 millimeter Pioneer case size looks like, and you can see that's how that wears on my wrist. It's a much more compact watch, but that's not to say I couldn't wear the larger size. It's just a little bit of a cross-reference to the two cases. Only the 42.8 is available with the Flying Hours. So the Flying Hours White Fumé uses a standard Pioneer case, which is to say handsome and distinctive. We have these recesses that are coined. We have a media-blasted screw-down Moser-branded crown. We have lug hoods with a very subtle sort of soft crease down their center, satinated on the top, polished in profile. We have a polished bezel. You can see this is a show demonstration piece that Moser's sending around to the journalists and the shops, so don't worry about the damage. The one in my hand isn't the one you'll get. The one you get will be brand new. We have a rubber strap with perforations to vent the wrist. You can see on the underside we have Moser logo, and then we've got a buckle, which is often the case with Moser. There's your Moser logo. The buckle matches the design of the case. So you have the little serrations or coining in the edge, and then you have those two in the profiles of the lugs. And it's all Moser branded with the coining, polish, and satination. Rolling around now to the case itself, you can see Moser drills its lugs fairly close to the case, so a curved spring bar is used so there's no impediment to the motion, and you get a closer hauled fit of strapped case for better aesthetics. Taking a look at the dial, it is a smoked Fumé fade. Now fundamentally it's a metallic sunburst, but then a lacquer gradient is applied to create this Fumé or smoked drift from bright at the center to dark at the edge. You can see we have a blue metallic ring representing the minutes, and that we've got a little index at the center with a combination of polish and satin. Taking a quick look now, I think you'll probably want to know, because it is a Pioneer, is it loomed in any way? And the answer is a little bit, but not in a meaningful fashion. You can see the minute scale, but nothing else. Taking a look at the case back, you can see that the changes here, this is the HMC 240, but it's based on the HMC 201, which is the modernized and aesthetically upgraded version of the old HMC 200. All of which say it's still large movement at over 30 millimeters in diameter. It fills this case back well. You have a bidirectional pawl-based winding system that could be seen right here. Ceramic ball bearings in the rotor to increase efficiency. The pawl-based system, or magic lever, allows it to wind in both directions. It's a 3 Hz beat rate. It energizes a 65-hour automatic winding power reserve. You can see the balance, the hairspring, and the escapement made in-house by Moser through its precision engineering subsidiary. It was very impressive that it makes these parts in-house. Also worth mentioning, it's a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance, so this movement was designed to be an architecture for sports watches from the beginning, and that's evident in the use of a free sprung balance with a full balance bridge. Now you might wonder, even though this watch doesn't have a seconds display, does it have hacking seconds? It does, and you can see the variable inertia screws on the balance rim that are used to adjust fine timing. Now, aesthetic changes for the 201 and its derivatives, you can see that on my watch as well, include a darker nickel anthracite coating to the bridges, skeletonization of the rotor, the winding train, and the drive train, the going train as it's called. You can also see the application of gold gilding to the jewel sinks to give them the look of a vintage chaton setting. We also have Moser double-crested stripes on the bridges, a machined but handsome bevel, satination on the wheels, and all screw heads are polished with the base plate engine turned. Great looking watch, great feeling watch, something very different, very distinct. A timepiece that is almost in a class by itself as a hybrid of a wandering hour and jump hour setup. Endless fun and endless joy to show this to your non-watch loving friends, and suddenly they get it. And everything you tell them about auctions and rarity, watchmakers with funny French names, it all goes over their heads. But when you show them something that is self-evidently fun like this and so easy to read, all of a sudden you capture their imagination and maybe, just maybe, introduce them to the watch collector fraternity. So out of German-speaking Schaffhausen, Switzerland, this is the 2025 to present Pioneer Flying Hours White Fumé.